There's been a lot of talk about Parade possibly being the next Super Deluxe release, which kinda actually makes a lot of sense being that all the albums that released around this project have already been reissued. It would make one think that they're holding this one back for something really special. So let's go ahead and talk about Parade today. Parade, also known as the Under the Cherry Moon soundtrack, was released March 31st in 1986, peaking at number 3 on Billboard's Top 200 and making the top 10 in 12 different countries. This is the first release from Prince where it sold more overseas than it did in America. Parade would go on to sell just under 3 million copies worldwide upon its initial release. A couple months after the release of this project, the accompanying film Under the Cherry Moon was released nationwide on July 2nd, 1986. After the psychedelic trip that was Around the World in a Day, Prince went back to his funk roots with Parade, but this time adding much more orchestration to his music. Digging what arranger-composer Claire Fisher did with the debut album of The Family, Prince went ahead and hired him again for this project. He went ahead and sent him 10 songs with a whole bunch of notes attached as far as what he wanted. And when he received the final project, he went through each track, taking off what he wanted and what he didn't want as far as the orchestration that Claire Fisher provided. His creative collaboration with Claire Fisher was not the only thing he did differently as far as creating this particular project. The drum track for the first 4 songs were actually recorded all in one take. He would go back a little bit later and of course add the additional instruments as well as the overdubs for the vocals. This is the 3rd album credited to Prince and the Revolution, and sadly would be the final album that he would work with the Revolution. They do appear on 3 of the 12 tracks, but Lisa and Wendy are featured on 9 of the 12, leading Prince to continue his work with Wendy and Lisa on the unreleased Dream Factory project, which was canceled after the disbandment of the Revolution. Let's go ahead and jump into Parade. We open up with Christopher Tracy's Parade, originally titled Wendy's Parade. But Prince decided to change the name of the title to the name of his character that he plays in the film Under the Cherry Moon. Apparently this was done at the last minute, as Wendy's Parade is actually mentioned in 2 other songs on this project. Prince's dad, John L. Nelson, is actually credited as co-writer on this song. This song opens you up to the new sound that you're about to experience throughout this album. A funky combination of percussion as well as the Linn drum machine, but with that additional orchestration from Claire Fisher. We seamlessly blend into the next song, New Position. This little funky song is giving you the message that, hey, you probably need to try out some new things in life and maybe you'd be a lot happier. This is one of the few songs where Prince actually had Claire Fisher's orchestration removed. Got to try new position. Yeah. As you listen to the song, listen to the little voices in the background and some of the whispering. They're saying some pretty naughty things. How do you say, I wonder you? We slow down the beat, but keeping it the same for the song I Wonder You. Prince steps back on this one, letting Wendy take lead vocals. I'll die in your arms under the cherry moon. With things slowed down, we blend into the ballad Under the Cherry Moon, a song that at times is haunting but is always beautiful as Prince sings of a love that he would die for. This is also another song that was co-written by his dad, John L. Nelson. If you listen real close, there are elements of this song that was reused in the song The Question of You. Girls and Boys is our first song where we get the entire Revolution performing. Prince's character would perform this song in the film Under the Cherry Moon. Girls and boys. The song has classic lines like, we also have a lot of French dialogue in this song, and I would recommend you go ahead and Google it so you can find out what they're saying, because it's pretty funny as well as super sexy. Life Can Be So Nice is a very upbeat song that goes full on chaotic with the drums towards the end, and then stopping abruptly. With the abrupt stopping of the previous chaos, we go into the sweet slumber that is the instrumental Venus de Milo. Outside of Claire Fisher's orchestra players, it's just Prince and then Sheila E. on drums. Mountains picks the album back up with the story of how the devil can deceive you into making you think that you're not strong, when in reality with faith you can move mountains. The video for this song is played during the credits of the film Under the Cherry Moon. We then go to the tongue-in-cheek Do You Lie. The song has a bouncy, whimsical vibe to it, and at times Prince sings in a really hilarious English accent. Prince's love interest in the film asks his character this same question. Next is Kiss. This song sounds so different, it just comes out of nowhere, and it really stands out amongst the other songs on this project. This song was originally a demo that Prince had put together, and it was really wasn't that much to the song, just him on the guitar, and I believe it was just one verse and a hook. He would give this demo to Brown Mark, who was producing Maserati's album at the time. With the help of David Z, they went ahead and made this a full song. Prince liked what they had done with the song, but he went ahead and took it back and reworked it for himself for this particular project, which is why Maserati is still on the song doing the background vocals. For a more in-depth version of the story of this song and its creation, please check out my Maserati video that I did. I go through how this was all put together, and I'll have a link for that in the description down below. You need another lover, like you need a hole in your head. Another Lover Hole in Your Head is a great song title, and it's the first song that really gives us a big rock presence on this project. Prince boasts that a woman would be absolutely insane to have another man with him and his sexual skills. Sometimes it snows in April. We close out with the gut-wrenching, sad song, Sometimes It Snows in April. This is a song that after Prince's passing, I just cannot listen to anymore. He sings the song from the viewpoint of the character Tricky from the film Under the Cherry Moon, as his best friend Christopher Tracy has passed. This album would go on to release several singles, those being Kiss, which peaked at number 1 on Billboard's Top 100 Singles, selling over 500,000 copies as a single. Mountains, which peaked at number 11 on Billboard's Top 100 Singles. Girls and Boys, which peaked at number 11 in the UK. And Another Lover Hole in Your Head, which peaked at number 63 on the Billboard's Top 100 Singles. Music videos were released for Kiss, Mountains, Girls and Boys, and Another Lover Hole in Your Head. The Parade tour was highly successful, but it did not come to the US. The original configuration of the album featured a bunch of additional songs, those being Others Here With Us, Velvet Kitty Cat, Old Friends for Sale, and a version of All My Dreams. Also, there were songs that were featured in the film Under the Cherry Moon that did not make this album, which was, again, also the soundtrack to the film. Those being An Honest Man, Alexa de Paris, and Love or Money. Luckily, Alexa de Paris would be a B-side on Mountains, and Love or Money would be a B-side on Kiss. Also, the entire score of the film is unreleased, as there are 28 different musical elements to the film. Some of these musical cues are just a couple seconds, where others are 3 to 4 minutes long. With this possibly being the next Super Deluxe Edition that we'll get, hopefully we'll get all the vault tracks and the full score of this film. And speaking of the film, I would love an uncut version of this film as well as the original color print of this film, because in case you didn't know, Under the Cherry Moon was actually filmed in color and then turned to black and white in post. For more details on that, you can check my Under the Cherry Moon video that I did, and I'll have a link for that down in the description below as well. Because if they could package all this with a remastered version of this album, that would be absolutely amazing. Thank you again for joining me on the channel. Please like and share this video as much as possible. And as always, please subscribe to the channel. I will see you on the next episode where I talk about a controversial album that was pulled off the shelves. And until that next episode, I wish you heaven.